Okay, and welcome back to the channel. So carrying on with this series here of converting this design into a HTML, CSS, JavaScript theme. Today, we're actually going to start building it out. So the first section here is the top bar. So let's go ahead into our editor and start coding this guy up. So I'm just going to call this top-bar, and we'll give it a wrapper, which we've created previously. And inside this, we're going to give it a list, and we're going to call this first list quick contact, because if we look at our design again, here is two links, one to telephone and one to email. So that sounds about right. Quick contact is a good name, I think. So then we'll create these two links now. So let's call this, actually we don't need to call it anything. They can be generic list items, which is fine. So let's add in our text here. So call us on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we'll just add in the link right now. And it seems I've deleted the call word. So let's give it a tell prefix here. So if anybody clicks it on mobile, it will default to the telephone application. Tell, get rid of the text here. So that should be fine. And then put the ending anchor tag just here. So if we save this now and we click it, it will try and open Skype. Okay, so let's add in our next link, which is the email link. So let's change this tell from a tell to a mail to prefix. And I think the email address on the design is something like sales@synergysolutions.xyz, something like that. So we'll copy that there and we'll paste it in here. So we get this guy here. Okay. Now we should probably add in the icons. So we're using, let me see in the design here. This design from ThemeForest comes with this kind of, let me zoom in real quick. Comes with this telephone icon here. But the Themify icons we've got don't include this exact icon. It includes this and this email link or email icon and these social media icons here, but it doesn't include the standard kind of telephone icon. We could import it from another library, or we could create an SVG from this icon in Adobe Illustrator. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to grab a kind of substitute icon from the Themify icons. Oh, let me see, list here. And this one's called TI Mobile. So it's just a mobile device. So it's a bit more modern anyway. So we'll just use that instead. So let's pop back in here and we'll create a span element. And we'll just say TI Mobile for the telephone. Save that. Oh, I seem to have deleted the call again for some reason. Okay. So that's linked up fine. Why isn't that showing? Oh, right. Okay. So yesterday, in the previous video, we've included some libraries and fonts and everything like that, and icons. So the icons we've included are here, Themify, .ttf, SVG, and so on. But we haven't actually included it. So let me expand this out a little bit here. We haven't actually included the CSS to link it all up. So I'll do that now. And I'll replace that with Themify icons.css. Okay. So if I refresh that now, we can see the icon displaying in our browser now. So let's do the same here and copy and paste this telephone icon and paste it into our email. Where are we? Ah, okay. Extra right angle bracket there. Okay, so we'll paste that in there for the email address and we'll change mobile to, I think it's email. Yeah, email. Okay, now we'll copy and paste this list here for our social media icons. So I'll just call this area here something nice and generic, social media. Get rid of that there. And we actually don't have any text here for these icons. It's just for this area, it's just icons. So what I'll do is give this a href first off to a pound symbol. Then we've got our icon here. So I'll change this to, what have we got on our design? We got LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So I'll go ahead here and change this to LinkedIn and copy and paste it for the rest of the icons. So LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, because this company is super hip. And quick refresh there, and all those icons are displaying. Okay, cool. So what I'll probably do next is, actually, let me show this browser here to the right hand side too. Okay. So what I'll do now is, yeah, I'll probably style the CSS just a little bit here now. So in our table of contents, I'll create a new area just for this top bar, and I'll call this 06. Oh, maybe 06.2 and top bar. And I'll probably prefix it with a label of global, because this will be included on each page, just to keep things nice and organized. So down here, after grid, we'll add this area in now. So copy and paste this comment area here, and we'll replace it with this top bar label. Global top bar. Cool. Okay, great. Now, so I'll create the rule here, and it's called top bar. And let's first off give it a background color of our primary color, which is var primary color, and save that real quick. Okie dokie. So that's pulling in fine. So next up, I'm going to add in this little, let me find it here, this little diagonal area here really quickly. So what I'm going to do is basically use the CSS property linear gradient, I think it is, to achieve this effect. So if I open up my editor, so what I'm going to do is create a new background image and give it a value of, no, not that, linear gradient. Okie dokie. So what we want to do is the first half, we're going to give it, the first half is pulling in the background color here, but the right hand side is going to pull in the second color. So first off, we'll create a 45-degree angle, and we'll say that color is going to be secondary color, which is the light blue. And that's going to be 50%. I'll open up this a little bit more. And that's going to be 50% there. And then the rest of the row or the background will be transparent. So transparent and 50%. And I think that looks okay there. So if I save that, move this back, now we have this diagonal area here. I think it's the wrong way, so it should be facing that way, but that's an easy fix. We can pop back into our editor. If I move this up a little bit here, all I do is change it from 45 degrees to minus 45, and then it flips. So that's great. Now we've got this nice little top bar here. So next up, I'm going to probably change all these colors here. So I'll create a global rule for any element, any link in the top bar. So I'll just say top bar A, and say we want all of those to have a color of white. Okay, we do that there. That looks great. And then we don't want to have a decoration of underline. So we'll get rid of that. So we say text decoration, none. Alrighty, cool. So probably what we should do now is actually organize them now to go left hand side. Where are we? To the left hand side and the right hand side. So what we'll use is the grid we created in the previous video. And if I pop back into my HTML, in here, I'll just create a new span area. I'll say div class span 6, and I'll encase that there in our first list. So if I save that now and I view this in the inspector panel, we have span 6. And oh, right, I forgot the grid row. So if you have a look in our CSS and in our grid, we do need to give it a the parent value a value of grid row to kick things off. So I'll do that now. So call grid row, and then we'll add it in. We'll add it in here, just under. Let me see, just under the second list for social media, and so we'll indent these guys as well. Okay, so grid row, and then the first list is encased in the span 6 div. So already now you can see that we've got span 6, and that's pushing everything over there 50%. And we'll add in another span 6 for the second list. So we'll just add in this here, just like that, and indent that list there. That's it there. So we've got our CSS grid here, and 1 span and 2 spans. And if we enable the grid view here, we can see the first span is 50%, and the second span is the remaining 50% of this area here. All looking good. So now what I'll probably do is use flex to make these guys on singular on one line. So in our style sheet, I'll create a little area here, and I'll start off with the quick contact area. And while I'm at it, I'll just create the area for the social media icons, just like that. So let's create this class now, quick contact, and give it some scaffolding so I can see what's going on. And there we are there, great. So now next, let me have a look at this markup here. So I'll probably give each unordered list here a display value of flex. So that will be for each of these guys. So it'll create a new top level kind of default rule. So if I say top bar UL and display flex, and now everything is on one line, which is exactly what we want. And let me see. And if we minimize that there. So we'll be touching on responsiveness now in a little moment. But what I'm thinking is, there's a few ways we could do this. But what I'm thinking is, when I get to a certain kind of pixel size, I'm going to remove the text here, call us on, and the email address, and just have these icons. So I'll have 2 icons here and the social media icons here. So before I go any further here in the CSS, I'm going to pop back into our index.html file, and let me see. Yeah, I'll create some spans here for the text. So let me organize this section here a little better. So I'll expand these list items now and get everything a little bit neater here. Okay, there's the anchor elements. So now we're left with an icon and some text. So I'll basically just add some spans here. Maybe give it a class of something like quick contact li, something like that there. So I'll encase that again. So copy and paste that for our other email link. And pop that there. And the call has gone missing again. So I'll pop that back in. So now actually, while I'm here, I might as well add in the link as well for the, oh, what is going on? Why do I keep deleting that? I'll add in the, let me see. Oh no, wait, that's already included there, isn't it? That's fine. So this is only the text because we already got our link. Okay, cool. So let me see, quick contact li, call us, quick contact li. Yeah, I do need the full email address there, sales at. So let's see what we've got here at the moment now. And I'll just bring this out a little bit. Sales, close, sales. There we go. So now, if we inspect this real quickly, yeah, the text is encased in this or wrapped in this span tag called quick contact li. So we'll get to that in a moment. So now we need to make some space here, a bit of padding, and make these, increase the size of these icons. So what I'll probably do is I'll give these guys another class here and just call them something like class TI icon. And again, call this TI icon. Okay, cool. Well, I guess I probably should continue with the social media icons as well, just to keep things consistent. So let's do that and finish off with the Instagram class. Okay, so now let us go back in here and create another kind of top level global, top bar style for all of these TI icons. So let's borrow this red pixel border here, paste it in and see what we get. So we can see that only the icons are red, so that's only affecting the themify icons, which is what we want. It's great. So what I'll probably do now is say top bar A. There we go. So I'll call this maybe something like top bar global, top bar maybe global. Yeah, I think that's okay. So we've got an A, that's white. We've got a UL, which is displaying everything as flex. And then let's increase these guys a little bit here, indent them a bit. So then we've got top bar A. Actually, we've already got this rule here. So let's go back here and look. And into our CSS, we've got, yeah, that's fine, I think. So what I'm going to do is to give every link a bit of padding. Maybe something like 2 rem to the top, 1 rem to the right, 2 rem back again down the bottom, and let's say 1 rem again to the side, which we could just achieve by doing this, but I might need to tweak these styles in a moment. So let's just leave them at 4 values instead of 2. So let me see. Okay, cool. So we probably just need to give this a display of block because it's inline at the moment, and that's what we get now. Let's see. Okay, so what I'll probably do instead actually is, let me see. So UL is a flex. That's exactly what we want. LI, because LI has just one, yeah, it just has one kind of child there. So what I'll do is probably, yeah, I'll probably put flex onto the A's, onto the anchor elements as well. So let me see there now. So let me go display flex, move that out of the way. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. It's all lined up nicely with the help of our friend Flex. So A here has a top value of 2 rem, bottom value of 2 rem, left and right 1 rem. Okay, it's fine for the moment. We can tweak it. We do need to tweak these icons here, but let me tweak these social media icons first. What we're going to do is go to this area the social media list. Let's see what's going on. And in this flex area, we want all these icons to be over here to the right. So let's click that and go flex end. Top UL. Okay, so we need to create a new style here for just for the social media. So we'll say UL dot, let me see, social media. Wait, that's already flex, isn't it? Is it? Yes, it is. So we don't need to kind of say that again. So I'm just going to say that's the one. Justify content, flex end. So let's copy and paste that in here. Save that. And now it's over here to the right-hand side. So now I'd say we're probably at the point where we can align these themify icons. So where are we? So ti-icon, get rid of that. No, we'll keep the border in for the moment. And what I'm going to say is, let's say, push everything to the right by maybe 0.8 rem. And let's see how that looks. Where's that not? So I really need to learn how to spell. So margin right. Okay, cool. And that looks pretty good, I think. So I'm going to increase the size of these icons, all of these guys here now, globally. And I'll give all these icons a font size of maybe 2 rem, just to see how that looks. And I think that's pretty decent. Okay. So let me have a look here. Padding rem, display flex. Yeah, I just need to fix the alignment here as well. So align, I'll just copy and paste this, align item center in our top bar, anchor element. So I'll just pop that in there now. Now I think it's a good place. I can actually remove this scaffolding, as I like to call it, this red pixel border. And I think that's looking pretty good. The right-hand side needs a bit of work, but we're definitely on our way. So social media, I will go down here and I will say something like, because I think it's only the links that are controlling the padding, which they are. So all I'll do is copy and paste the current padding, which is up here. It's a global kind of setting for all top bar links. And I will give it a new padding value. So the top and bottom are exactly what we want. We want 2 rem. The right hand side, I think we don't want anything. And we want to push everything to the left. So top, right, down, and left by 1 rem. So, oh, right, okay. So that actually hasn't taken effect yet because it's probably being overridden. Social media. Save. Okay, so it is here, but it's not taking effect because the top bar A is overriding it. So a few different things we could do here. We could say something like top bar ULA. So save that. And then that will all fall into line. Or we could even just give it a quick little important statement there. So say something like that, which actually I have no problem with. Some people find it a bit funny. Only use it when you absolutely have to. I mean, if it's functional in the real world, you will kind of use it because some libraries and third-party kind of scripts will probably at some point overwrite some of your styles and you need to use that selector there. So I think that works for the moment. We can just leave it there and we'll just use this top bar kind of prefix here with our social media links. That seems to work nicely. And I think, let me just have a look at the design again. These guys are a little bit more kind of closely related. I will probably change that a little bit. So let's go back in to our editor, and maybe not 1 rem. Let's change it to something like, let's see how we get on with the 0.5 rem. And I think that looks a bit better. So let's see. 0.5 rem. What about 0.2? That could work too. 0 rem. Probably a bit too close. Let's leave it at 0.5 rem right there. I think that's fine. Okay, so now we have this top bar kind of nearly ready to go. So what happens if we start making it responsive and let's pop this here, and we start going to a smaller screen size? Looks good till about 1,000 pixels or 1,050. Actually, am I zoomed in? I am. So it looks good to about 1,000 pixels or so. And then the left-hand side, these links start hitting or coming up against this this background linear gradient. Not the end of the world, but it doesn't look too fantastic. So what I think I'll do is get rid of this text now, actually on this breakpoint. So what we're going to do is when we get to that breakpoint in our editor, I'm going to just remove this text here of about, and this breakpoint will be about 1,000 pixels. I usually let the content dictate the breakpoints, and here about 1,000 pixels looks about right. So let's try that now. And I'm going to create some media queries, or well, at least one anyway, for the top bar. And let me see. So I'll just say media, only screen, and we want the size, the max width to be, say 1,000, and open that up there. So now we will go back in here and open up this quick contact list, and we will say this span here, which is only text, the icons here, we want to just display this as none. So basically hide it from the browser. So display none. And then when it breaks at 1,000 pixels, the text will be hidden. We probably just need to clean that up a tad. Oh, there we go. It's all legible again. So let's clean up this area here first, and then we've got a bit of an issue here. Okay, so, and I'll probably increase the height or the size of these icons too, just for mobile. I'm not a fan of small icons when you're browsing websites on your mobile device. So let me see here, TI icon. So we need to grab that style, copy and paste that. Pop that in here. And then we'll just say margin right, let's say 0. That brings it down a bit. But then it affects this guy here, which we don't want. So let's say quick contact. TI icon. So we're only targeting these icons in the quick contact list. So if we say that there, is that right? Is that connecting? No. TI icon. Why is that? Get rid of that Explorer for the moment. So 1,000 pixels. Refresh again. And, oh, right, okay. Yeah, we need to remove that because the icon is not actually in here. So save that. And there we go there. So probably a little bit more actually. We need to close up that gap, I reckon. So here, we'll just make one final kind of tweak to this padding. And we'll say the padding here, it's 1 rem. So we'll just say something like padding right. Actually, let's do the whole kind of 4 padding values. So we'll say 2 rem, 2 rem, and in between here to the right hand side we'll say 0.5 rem and 0 rem to the left hand side. So let's see if that actually works, which I don't think it has, but hey ho. Quick contact A. Where are you? Quick. Oh, again. Okay. This is tripping me up here. So get rid of this li because it's only the list we want. So ul, I'll just pop the ul in here and here. Okay. And no, wait, that was actually correct. Let me go back. Let me backtrack here a little bit. So that's fine. Display none. Quick contact. Li. No, apologies. We need to change the top, this link, isn't it? So that is correct. We need to change this guy here, but only for this left section for these quick contact links. So let me see. No, that was correct. So if I go quick contact, which is here, and this is the list. Let's change this again and see what happens. Okay, great. So it is there, but it's just, again, we need to overwrite this guy here. So I'll just say again, top bar. There we go. Save that. Okay, probably a bit too much closeness between the icons there. So let's say 1 rem again. 0 there is fine. Let's see what we get. Yeah. So that's 1 rem. Okay, that looks pretty good. So there's only 1 rem. It's only pushing it to the right hand side now, not the right and the left hand side. So let's increase the sizes here for all of the icons now. So let's create a kind of global rule here. And let's say every TI icon will have a font size, maybe 3 rem will be too big. It's not terrible, but let's just bring it down a touch. And let's say maybe 2.6 rem, 26 pixels. Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, so now we just need to fix this little area here. And let's see what's going on. So without boring you for about 10 minutes of debugging, I figured out what the issue is here. So if we look here in the inspector, we'll see our wrapper has a bit of padding here. So in the previous video, when I was setting up the website and all the scripts and fonts and stuff like that, and the CSS reset, I actually forgot to include this little snippet here. So what this basically does, it basically makes every element have a box sizing of border box. If I save this now, we'll see that there's no gap and everything is dandy, just the way I wanted it to be in the first take. So what's happening here? So when we use border box with the border sizing rule, we're basically saying the width is going to take into account the padding and a border. So it didn't actually take that into account before because it wasn't there. If I save it again without this rule or these rules, the width here is 100%, but we have a padding here as well. So it's not taking this into account. I could get rid of the width here and it would be fine, but I do need to add this in anywho. So the website displays properly with paddings and everything. So that's basically it for the moment. So we've got our little top bar here ready to go. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. And if any of you lovely people would like to subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. Thank you very much. But yeah, we'll crack on with the header section in the next video. So I'll talk to you guys then.